Hi, welcome to this video on IELTS reading. As you know, in IELTS reading, you need to read passages and answer a total of 40 questions, which includes different question types. Very often, I have heard students saying that I have identified the right answer, but I didn't get the score. Now, what might have happened here? Well, let's find that out in this video, which is on IELTS reading do's and don'ts. Now, as you can see on the screen, these are some of the basic question types in IELTS reading. That is matching task. It can be matching heading, matching information, then multiple choice questions, short answer questions, true, false, not given, yes, no, not given, note completion. These are some of the basic question types when it comes to IELTS reading. Let's look at the format of each of these question type. When it comes to matching question, if it is matching headings, you will have two sets of details. In one set, you will have a list of headings, and in the other set, you will have this sections listed out. Now, basically what you need to do is match one from this list to match another entry, match to an entry in this list. That is what you have to do. For instance, for question number 27, question number 27 talks about section A. So what you need to find out is, as you read the content of section A, which of these headings best fits for section A. Suppose if you understand or find out that this is the heading that matches to section A, then for question number 27, you have to write it as the answer as Roman number 2. And you have to be careful not to write the numeral digit 2 or this Roman number. It should be written like how it is given in the question booklet. Okay, so in matching heading, as per the instruction, you will have to match one of the entry from this list to one of the entries given in this list. So this is a sample shown here. Okay. Now this and this is not allowed because here the options or the list contains Roman numbers. So your answer should also come in this form. Now moving on to the next question type, it's multiple choice question. It clearly says that choose the correct letter A, B, C or D, which means that you should be choosing the most appropriate option after reading the passage. So here the question is, what is the writer doing in section A? So you have to read section A, and what do you understand as the right option as per the given options? If you feel that option C is the right answer, then onto the answer sheet against this question number, suppose this is question number 20, then against question number 20 you will have to write C. Okay, that is how multiple choice question works. Now, another popular question type is complete the summary. It's a completion type question. It can be summary completion, note completion, table completion, whatever it is. So here also you should be very careful regarding the instructions. What is given here? Complete the summary using the list of words. So you have been provided with a list of words and you need to fill in these gaps using the words from this list, and the list of words A to H given below. Write the correct letter A to H in boxes 17 to 20 on your answer sheet, which means that, for instance, suppose for question number 17, here from the passage you understand that the right answer here is, from the passage you understand, suppose if it is diseases. Now, you don't have that answer here in this list. So what you need to do is you have to choose an answer which best fits or matches with this answer that you have identified from the passage. So what do you think, which is the option which fits in with this word diseases? Of course, it is illness. Now, you should be careful not to write illness as the answer for question number 17. If you write illness, then it would be regarded as wrong. Why? Because the instruction clearly says that write the correct letter A to H. So here you will only get 1 mark if you write the letter corresponding to this illness, which is G. So for question number 17, the right answer would be if you write the letter G. I hope that's clear. Now, here again, yes, no, not given, or true, false, not given question type. So here it says that in boxes 32 to 35 on your answer sheet, write yes if the statement agrees with the claims of the writer, no if the statement contradicts, and not given if it is impossible to say what the writer thinks. So based on the instruction, now you read the question, you read question number 32, and after reading the passage, if you can decide that this information is right, or if it agrees to what the writer claims, then you should be writing yes. Now suppose if it was a true or false question, then you would be writing true. Now if the instruction clearly says write yes, no, or not given, you should be writing it as such. Please don't write Y or N or NG. It's always recommended to write it completely. Yes, true, not given, completely. Okay, so this are the structure, the format of the basic question types in IELTS reading. Then another question type, it's note completion. So here what you have to do is read the passage and fill in these blank spaces in the notes. The same set of rules are applicable to any completion task, whether it be note completion or summary completion, and it also goes for short answer type questions. This is applicable for short answer questions also. So here the instruction will say in how many words or numbers you have to answer the question. Here it says that write one word and or a number. So what are the possible variations that you can have in the answer? Either you can have one word alone as the answer, or you can have one word plus one number as the answer, or else you can have just one number alone as the answer. These are the only three possible variations that can come as answer to the questions as per the instruction. So it need not always be one word and or a number. It can be write no more than two words. Suppose if the instruction says no more than two words, so in this case the answer should not only be two words. What are the possibilities you can have? You can have one word as an answer, and also you can have two words as the answer. But numbers will not come as the answer. So here also in note completion or short answer type questions, you have to be careful with the instruction regarding the word count. Now here is a sample answer sheet of reading. Now on the basis of what we have analyzed so far, what are the things that we have to keep in mind while doing the different question types in IELTS reading? Let's check these answers. Now assuming that it's not necessary that we need to know what the questions are, just to check whether there is any inconsistency in the answers. Now yes, okay, no, not given. Now this YYN, they will not be regarded as right answers, because here you have written yes, no and not given completely. As per the instruction, you are instructed to write yes, no or not given, and in that place if you write YYNN, you will not be getting marks. So if yes is the right answer and you have written yes itself, you will be getting 1 mark. Now this can be matching questions, so all this can be regarded as right, but just look at this option, you have written in small letter. So this is inconsistency. Now this will be regarded as wrong answer. All your answers are generally recommended that when it comes to IELTS reading, you write all your answers in block capital letters. Okay. So you have written the rest of these in block letters, capital letters, but in between you have written a small letter. So for that reason, this will be regarded as wrong. This can be considered as correct. Color, okay, waist. Now here, it's quite hard to identify what word it is. It's not legible. If you have written it in an illegible way, then also you will not be getting the score because it is illegible. Note taking. Now here, when it comes to hyphenated words, one thing that you have to be careful is that if in the text, if it appears as a hyphenated word and you write it as two separate words, the instruction says that you should be writing the answer in only one word. And if you write note taking, this is the instruction, but you write like note taking, then this will be considered as two words. Even though your answer is right, if you miss to write the hyphen, then your answer will be treated as wrong. Then short circuits, traveling. Now traveling, like TRAVELING and LLING, both are fine. In American accent you write LING, and in British accent you write, in British style you write LLING. But see here for color, you have written COLOUR, which is actually the British one. So if you have started off with British, then throughout you should be following the same. Again, this will be considered as inconsistent and you fail to score for this question. Low pressure, spelling mistake. You cannot afford to make spelling mistakes, especially when it comes to reading. When you're just copying the words from the text and pasting onto the answer sheet, you will not, or you should not be making mistakes. So if there is a spelling mistake, you will not get the score. Then slow, okay. Then maintenance, again it's written in running letters. Again it's inconsistent because you've started off with block capital letters, in between you have written in running letters. So this will not be considered as the right answer. And moreover, it's always recommended, I'm just reinforcing it, it's always recommended that you write your answers, all your answers in block capital letters so that it's legible. For instance, if you write SLOW, there's no confusion, but at the same time if I write SLOW, it can be interpreted as slow or show, whatever it is. So for that reason, it's always recommended that you write in block capital letters. Now considering question number 26, 15 years can be the right answer. Now when can it go wrong is, suppose if in the passage, if it is mentioned as word, that is 15 is mentioned as FIFTEEN, but while you copy it onto the answer sheet, instead of word, if you write it as digit, number 15, 15, then it will be a wrong answer. So what you need to keep in mind is, whatever the question type is, whether it be a completion task or a short answer type question, just copy the text as such from the passage and paste it onto the answer sheet. Solar system. Right, but like again inconsistency. Now another thing that you should be considering here is that if the word system is already there in the question, then you should not be repeating the same word on the answer sheet. Then in such situations also it will be regarded as wrong answer. So if the word system is already there in the question, onto the answer sheet you should only be writing the word solar. Okay, now again matching type of questions, all this can be considered as right, but see here number 3 is written here and not the Roman number, so for that reason this will not be considered as right. This is multiple choice questions, this can be considered as right, this will never be considered as right. You're asked to, the instruction says that choose the right option or choose the right letter, A, B, C or D, which means that you can have only one option. If you give a choice, either A or B, that answer is considered as invalid. This is fine. No, not given. This it is written, all the answers are written in the expanded form or completely. No short forms are written. It's written no completely, N-O and Y-E-S and N-O-T-G-I-V-E-N. Now, a mistake that can happen, probably arise, is that maybe the question would have, the instruction would be like, write true, false or not given, and while answering, instead of true and false, if you have written yes and no, you will not get mark. If at all an answer is not given, you will get the marks for that. But in place of true, if you have written yes, and in place of false, if you have written no, you will not be getting marks. Okay? So by now you would have understood it's not just enough that you identify the right answers, but recording them or marking them onto the answer sheet accurately is equally important. We have to ensure that our handwriting is legible, then we maintain consistency and also adhere to the instructions. Hope you found this video helpful. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more such videos.
MedCity International Academy. Trusted hands forever.